This is what I think is going on with life. We started out in a very blank world where nothing very interesting was happening. It was just minerals and fluids, and all of the reactions were ionic bonding, like salt, where chlorine comes along, it takes an electron from the sodium, it becomes negative, the sodium becomes positive, they become polarized, and there's this kind of energetics that goes on. Then along comes the carbon atom, and it says, instead of my taking from you, instead of you losing and my winning, let's share an electron. What a concept. And this is the basis of all life, the concept of sharing rather than being polarized. This gave rise to our microorganisms and to clusters of cells. But in each case, when cells begin to say, I just don't want to be a single cell, I want to collect with other cells and work together, there's this same sharing. We're going to share the same body. And then it becomes more and more complex to where you actually need to have a nervous system to coordinate all of these different parts so that they all work together. And we begin to get higher and higher forms of life. And of course, now we need a very complex brain so that the feet can take the body to the food that the eye has seen so the mouth can eat it. So you need a very complex brain that develops, but always to keep everything working together in each form of life. This little shot of the internal part of the brain. There it is. Responsible for holding all that together. And then they begin to live in communities. And again, you feel this connection that's between animals. They cling together, become more whole. And then, of course, there's that special bond that happens between the mother and the child. But in all of these situations, there's something that holds things together. This is the essence of what life is. It's not about the polarity. It's not about the competition and the violence and the comparison and the judgment and the criticism. It's about who are we together? How can we hold together? And, you know, perhaps the highest form is the love of a mother for her child. And so what I'm saying is that the essence of life is the energy of holding together. And that is the energy of love. But even if you look at that first single organism, it has to hold together. If something breaks the membrane, it has to seal that membrane and become whole again. That is to heal. Healing means becoming more whole. Whether you're a single cell, or if you get cut and you're bleeding, you have to close it to become a whole. Or if one of the kids is lost and you're camping, it's not, well, what the hell, we've got 3 other kids, we can leave. No, you need to bring that one in because there's a sense of wholeness. There's a wholeness that happens in a community that allows a community to function. Yeah. There's an old story about the young Cherokee who went to the grandfather and he says, I keep having this dream that there are 2 wolves fighting. You know, there's a black wolf and a white wolf fighting. One's a good wolf, one's a bad wolf. Which one will win? And the grandfather said, the one that will win is the one that you feed. And so it is within us. That which will win will be the energy that we feed. So to be whole, real healing at the systemic level is that every part of you functions well. There's coordination among the different parts, and there's wholeness and that quality that I'm calling love.